Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this video can make it a little bit better. Today I wanted to do some gameplay with some 3-star champions. So we're going to start off here with Bard. And I've been trying to cook up some builds for champions if you maybe don't have like their best or normal like optimal builds, but some other just fun play styles you can do for them. So here for Bard, we're going for the Packed Powder and Swain's Raven Army. This is going to do a couple things for us. For one, it's giving Bard a little bit of extra scaling, which is going to be important. We'll break down why in the constellation. But then this lets you play him turn 1 because this makes him cost 2 less if you plunder. This one triggers that plunder damage at the start of the game, so you can get Bard on the board turn 1. Then with the Death's Foil, again giving you some buff stats, but then also making sure he can always safely attack, which is really good for Bard because when you attack, you're planting chimes. Now it's just 3 before you're leveled. Once you're leveled though, you're starting to plant 6, and often Bard can struggle with not being able to attack safely. The Death's Foil is really helping that. Now, normally going for like Echoing Spirit, so you can get a bunch of extra bards in your deck, is often the best case scenario for him, but not everyone's going to have the Echoing Spirit, so we're going to try this out right here. Now, for his constellation, we'll break it down just in case you're not sure. So when you summon an ally with buff stats, granted 2 random keywords, we want everything we play to have an increase of its normal stats, and this is going to make sure Bard's able to do that. So whenever we play him, he's going to get 2 extra keywords, so that's going to be nice. Then when you draw a card with chimes on it, plant 2 more chimes in your deck, just making sure that we're constantly getting more and more chimes. And we're trying to kind of jumpstart that by getting Bard on the board turn 1 and immediately being able to attack. Now, if you're enjoying all these daily videos, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated, and let's get into it. Now, we are still just a 3-star champion. I think for some variety, let's go and try against the old Galio encounter, the Colossus. First power, let's see what we can get here. Allies have faded. We don't target our own units too much. Grit could be okay. We have some units, especially our Bard, that have a higher health stat than power, so that could be okay. But Hold It is pretty solid. Yeah, it's good defensive. Lets us buy some time. Let's go ahead and grab that one here. And let's go for Dauntless Vanguard. All right, we can re-roll our Bard. Since he's our only champion and we're over level 20, we know we're going to draw him. So immediately we get our plunder damage off, and we can just drop Bard turn 1. Now we could block and kill this unit. If we do, they're just going to get another free unit next round. So I think we'll just take the hit for now. All right, so they're now stunned. We're trying to see if anyone else here has buff stats. Doesn't really look like it, which is a bit sad. I think we'll attack before they drop a blocker. And this is actually fine with us, although it is getting rid of our spell shield, but yeah, not doing any damage to us. I think we'll actually just bank the mana. We're not wasting it, it's just going into our spell mana.
I'm actually here.
All right, so we got this guy that got hit with increased power. I think we'll go for the Cosmic Binding here, but let's first drop this. All right, so kill that, stun that one. They might answer with a single combat, but that's not too bad. So they will get a free unit. All right, perfect. We're leveled. So now our attack pack is going to give us even more chimes. All right, let's see. So we... We can only really play either our Stone Stackers, and if we do that, we'll have enough mana for our call, or we can play some of our bigger units here. I think let's go ahead and drop the Starlit Stag. Oof, that's a lot of mana. So the good thing right here is that at least these two both have the Overwhelm, and then this one has the Elusive. But they'll still have just enough health to survive because they're blockers. But we're in a pretty good position. All right, let's see. Where do we want to go? We might actually want to play one of these blasters to pop this guy's spell shield. Because now we can use a Cosmic Binding and stun them if they try to kill one of our better units. So kill that one, stun that one, and we can have our Bard block and kill this guy.
What could have been?
All right, nice. So here we have more than enough power. We can just attack and GG. Nice. All right, let's see here. What's called? Little expensive. I have 2/2 for each ally that died with its power increased. Hopefully not many of our units are dying. 4-cost Fae with Deathless. We could use this just to give another one of our units Elusive and Deathless. Power 16, Transforming Aspects. Bane. This one could be okay, but this could also be a funny finisher. Dropping this, especially if it gets hit with a bunch of chimes, could be pretty big. Sure, could be fun. Let's go ahead and see what we get for a support champion here. So Thresh, Caitlyn, Lee Sin. Double attack is nice, but Caitlyn with double attack is also pretty good. Sure, let's go ahead and go here. Spells chest or gold. Do I have a decent amount of gold? Sure, we can head up here for Crown Guard. Let's get rid of the Sting Officer, but the others can be okay. Always nice to have a Cosmic Binding for a little bit of control. All right, so unfortunately we didn't get our Bard turn 1. That is a little sad. Let's drop this since it immediately gives us some chimes.
Smell that? A fight's a-cooking.
We were, yeah, hoping that we would be able to get some better units there turn 1. All right, she did get buffed up though, so that's pretty good for Caitlyn. Yeah, we can drop her already. Impact is pretty good. Sure, we can go ahead and kill this one. All right, so again, none of our units unfortunately got hit with any chimes. I think let's go ahead and attack like this, try to get some solid damage down, although they will be able to block. So let's actually drop our stone stackers. We could have him kill their Grizzled Ranger, but let's drag this one aside so we can't block our Caitlyn. All right, couple Banana Blasters, Cosmic Binding. We can drop this one right here. Gonna give us some more chimes. Could go for Caitlyn. Another strike does give us more flash bombs, but does make her also decently weaker. I think we will go for it. We're kind of trying to hold on mana for our Cosmic Bindings, but yeah, these attacks are a little rough since... let's deal damage to this one, stun that one. Alright. So not taking any damage, but they haven't been able to get a lot of attacks off, so they're going to be able to drop a Crown Guard pretty soon. Yeah, we do have a Cosmic Binding, we do have a Mini Morph. I think let's attack first and see how they block.
New recruit reporting in.
Yep, there is their Crown Guard. I think we can do 3 damage to this and stun her. Okay, she's still a 5 cost, so not too crazy. Do we want Caitlyn? Don't really want her to die here to this. So yeah, I think we'll skip the block. Yeah, really bad luck with not getting our Bard. Let's go ahead, drop this.
A real battle.
Alright, so this one's got Deathless, which is pretty good. Let's put that one there. We really don't want Caitlyn to die. And let's go for our Esmus.
New recruit reporting in.
Take your place. We've much to do. Notify patrol to close in on this location. We'll prepare them.
Alright, so they're out of cards, but yeah, they're having a pretty pretty good time against us. We do have our mini morph, which we'll probably use right here. All right, so we can block some of these, but it's gonna be a lot of damage, unfortunately.
Manners?
Yeah, very bad luck with not getting our bard. Just another reason why echoing is so good, to make sure you get consistently your bard. Honestly, it's been so long since I've played with it, or since I haven't played with it. All right, our Karina is pretty big, but if we drop her, we can't really play anything else. I think I'd rather play our 2 other cards.
We protect these woods as they protect us.
Let's go ahead and kill that one. All right, let's go ahead and attack like this, get some damage down. We didn't attack with this one because we didn't want it to die. We're trying to keep all of our units alive, if possible.
We go.
All right, let's go ahead and drop Karina. We only have 4 flash bombs, so yeah, I think we'll plant 5 more.
Oh, they found me.
Dog.
All right, drop our Caitlyn.
Closing in on the mark. No backup needed. Didn't miss? Not by a long shot.
So yeah, this is going a little rough. But, oh, we finally now have a bard. Let's go ahead, attack, and just end here. Figures though he shows up at the very end. Alrighty, rummage, not too bad. Production surge, spear. I think we'll go for this, especially if we have some cards that haven't been hit with any buffs. Potentially getting rid of them and trying to like draw our bard could be quite good. Let's see, spells. All players draw 2. Bursting backpack. 4 chimes, puff caps. I think we'll go for this one. Insider knowledge isn't bad, especially since by us playing this, we're giving ourselves more cards, and we're also getting more cards back in our deck. And then drawing more chimes is also pretty solid. I think we'll still try to go for the bursting backpack though, but the insider knowledge is quite good. All right, let's see here. I think we might cut Karina. She's just a little bit too expensive. Yeah, let's give it to her and let's go for Zoe. This is okay. Some extra removal. We have both of our champions, which we like. All right, nice we actually get our bard to start off this time. All right, we can, yeah, kill that one right there. Bad though that they immediately gave her a spell shield. That is a little rough for us. I think let's drop this one since it has the challenger. Sadly, it doesn't have buff stats, but we need to try to kill their Zoe. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad time. And yeah, our bard can't take damage while attacking, so they can't actually kill him at all. Perfect. All right, let's see. I think we'll potentially pass for now and see what they do. We'll go ahead and play this early. Sometimes it's good to hold on to it, but nice to try to reduce down some of the enemy units. Haven't really gotten too many chimes on many of our other units yet. I think let's go ahead and play a Bard's Call, just try to get some more chimes activated. And sure, we can drop this guy right here. And while a unit will die, we're trying to make sure the enemy can't really have anything. Oh, interesting. They actually didn't give their spell shield to Zoe. We could go for our Cosmic Binding and try to immediately kill her. Although this is going to deal 3 damage and this is going to deal 5. So let's actually try to use this right here. Perfect. Sometimes they can play a bunch of spells and scale her up like crazy. Alright, none of our other units have buff stats yet, which is a little sad. I think we'll drop one of these just for the extra draw. Oh, I had a person backpack. Nice. All right, blocking some. We know we're going to get a full heal since this is a boss fight. All right, so 9-9, not too bad. This would be a free attack. I think let's actually try to go for it. All right, GG, nice. So we already have cost reduction for Bard. We can play him turn 1. We could play him as a 1 cost, which would maybe let us play something else. But I think let's just go for the pickaxe, try to get some extra damage on him. Let's see, let's go for a power here. Shared mana flow can be good. Thrice bound, what would we get out of that? Probably our Zolani, which wouldn't be the best since it has such a strong play effect. We don't want it to get kind of locked up. Yeah, I think we can try to go for shared mana flow, solitary monk, or item chest. Is there a card we really want to cut? Honestly, we could cut the sting officer. It's kind of just fine. Like, elusive is solid, but we already actually have a lot of other elusives that are better. And reducing cards who are more likely to get our bard is probably going to help us. So I think, yeah, solitary monk can be good. Let's go for the arbiter. Let's get rid of both of these. Heard us talking about him, I guess. All right, not too bad. A little bit worried about them trying to immediately capture like our bard, so I think let's drop our Caitlyn.
What have we here?
The mountain speaks to those who listen.
I'll become who I was always meant to be.
Don't you see your face in her stars?
All right, so Caitlyn might die here, but
This is the wrong path.
at least we're killing both their units, so that's solid. So our banana blaster hasn't been buffed up, but still enough to take out their fangs. So that's pretty good. I think we will drop this, but again, not having buff stats is definitely rough for us. Yeah, we've been having kind of bad luck. Bard has some very good units that baseline have buff stats. We're just not drawing any of them, which is a bit unfortunate. So this one does have buff stats, but I think let's actually try to get our Caitlyn on the board. That's a bit rough. We do have another copy of Bard. Yeah, he's not likely going to level. So we could actually attack. Let's drop this one since it's free. Sure, hopefully this one will get hit by like a flash bomb. Although we could try to just push a little bit of extra damage, sure. All right, now we can drop our Bard again. Yeah, we're hoping to get some really good items on our bursting backpack. All right, this one's been buffed up. Let's drop him here.
What's that one? And that one?
I think we can pass for now. That double stun is not the best. I suppose let's go here, try to buff up our board a little bit more.
Words are lost in the roar of the winds. Cosmos call.
All right, let's drop some of these right here. Just trying to reduce down the damage we're taking. Then we can replace them with our units that actually have some buff stats.
I aim to win, and my aim is excellent.
All right, I think we can just go ahead and attack.
One step ahead.
So we'll drag this one aside, and this should be able to be game.
As foretold.
Yep, GG. Let's see. Chime Hunter with the Excavator's Charge. This actually could be pretty good for trying to level up our Bard. This should count towards his level up progression. Should have him hit that very quickly. But I think we'll go for the Cosmic Binding. Making this do a bit more damage should be pretty solid. And getting more copies of it isn't bad either. It's one of our few control tools. Let's get rid of the Sting Officer. Just don't think it's going to really be important enough. Alright, shop. A couple good things here. Nice. Get 200 additional gold after each encounter. I don't think that's worth the 400 gold. Let's try one reroll. Alright, that could be okay, giving us some buff stats. I think we already have a lot of Cosmic Binding, so we'll just buy one for the item. And getting some Mr. Thrift can be pretty nice. So sure, let's grab him. Discard to draw one. Honestly, more draw is not bad. Same with this right here. Draw one, place me in the top 3 cards of your deck with strike, draw one. Sure. Can be good to pull out our chimes, but then also going to be very good if we need to try to dig through our deck for our Bard. Stargazer or Remitter. Stargazer can be a bit annoying, but I would rather get the item chest, so I think let's go up here. This is okay. We'd like to get our Bard, but I think we'll hold on to this. Since we have Caitlyn, we have a decent chance of drawing him. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, drop Bard. And we have enough for a Mr. Thrift. Let's go ahead and attack right here. Pretty good to get her off the board right away. Perfect. Caitlyn got hit with some buff stats.
I truly am.
Yeah, let's go ahead and drop her here. Let's go for the Bursting Backpack. These are okay, but I think we're fine. Let's go ahead and attack like this. Yeah, should be solid. Making sure we're actually killing their units and not letting any of them survive is pretty big. That kind of sucks that they silenced Mr. Thrift. Little rough. This is dealing 4 damage. I think we'll drop one of these just so we don't waste any mana. Alright, perfect.
I will open a path to the heavens.
Alright. Wouldn't be bad to hold on to one card, that way we always have a target that can keep getting hit with chimes. I think we'll go ahead and mini-morph this one. We don't want it to constantly be proccing elusive on a lot of their units. And let's see what they do. Alright, they didn't want to attack. We'll drop our S-Miss. It's normally good to have a unit in hand, because yeah, then the chimes gets somewhat wasted.
I see the living rise as one to watch their end.
I think let's drop this one right here. Try to get some more chimes going. All right, this one has extra draw on it. Let's go right here.
Our mountain groves are full of dangers, but I know them all.
Scoping the area.
All right, we'll go ahead and attack like this, although we do want our bird to be first because this is going to give us double draw, which can pull up more chimes to buff up the rest of our units. So yeah, let's go ahead and attack like this. We're holding on to our Cosmic Binding just kind of as a just-in-case scenario. I mean, he's already full health, so that's not really going to do anything, but okay, I suppose. All right, we can drop this. And apparently our one card only drew out one other card. I think let's use one of these to pop their spell shield. That is not necessarily the best. Let's go ahead and try to work on getting this guy killed. Alright, pretty nice that this keeps going off for free. Alright, we are actually kind of high rolling like crazy here. Not too bad. We could use this Cosmic Binding, kill one more target of theirs. Sure, they're out of mana, they can't heal. I think we'll keep this one for next round. Alright, we'll buff up this one right here and just try to get some solid damage down. They will try to block Caitlyn, but yeah, we should have enough damage regardless. And GG. Applies Gloom instead of dealing damage to units. I think we're fine. Gloom isn't terrible, but more copies of Bard and Excavator's Charge should actually be excellent. That should help him level up way faster. Also, the more copies of Bard, the more we're able to get passive chime generation going. All these are great. I think we'll go for the Bursting Backpack. We'd love to just play this a ton, because especially every time we're playing it, it makes all the other ones stronger. Let's go for the healer here. What do we want to cut? Honestly, a little sad that this only draws one card. The Stone Stacker is nice that it has the Challenger, but doesn't have any buff stats, which is a little bit sad. Yeah, I think let's get rid of this one. It's okay, but most of our other cards are doing better. We kind of want to refine our deck down as much as possible. All right, let's go for Viego. I think let's get rid of both of these. They're okay, but we definitely want to try to get our Bard. And if we can get our Bursting Backpack as well, that'd be quite nice. All right, let's drop him here. And we can drop this to get some immediate chime generation going. I'm a little worried because they have 5 mana, and I'm pretty sure their Vengeance is 5 mana. Let's try to drop Caitlyn, though. Alright. Also not great. Sure, let's try to drop this. And we're already able to level. Yeah, it's been way faster now. The Excavator's Charge definitely helps out. Go ahead, attack like this, and get a ton of damage down. Alrighty, let's try to drop a Mr. Thrift. And let's use this to pop his Spell Shield. We're probably going to go ahead and Mini-Morph him to essentially get him off the board. It is a little scary by how much mana they have, although like Vengeance is fast speed, so even if we open attack, it kind of doesn't do anything. Let's drop one of these to try to get some more chimes going. Let's drop the Flight. Alright, that one is always annoying. Let's go ahead and get their Viego off the board, though.
Scoping the area.
This would be able to kill her. But let's still just go ahead and attack. Because they're not necessarily in the best position, although the Haunted Tomb, I believe, is going to revive there. Actually, the Viego hasn't died. He got transformed, so he's actually fine. Zolani might just end us the game. Let's go ahead and drop her right here. Alright, not quite, but still, getting rid of one of their biggest targets is quite good. Alright, let's immediately attack. Unless they try to Vengeance us, this should just be game. Okay, they're Vengeancing the other one. Thanks, I guess. I think we'll go for another Excavator's Charge. Yeah, Wanderer's Blessing is good, but double Excavator's Charge, every time we're playing a card, Bard is getting 2/2. That will help him level up super fast, which will be very, very good, especially since we're getting him on the board turn 1. Let's go for a power here. Draw 2, slow but steady, explosive finale. So yeah, this one's... Do we actually have any slow spells? I don't think we do. We're not killing many units outside of combat. I think we could just go for flexible game plan. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Stargazer, sounds good. Let's go for Messenger. That looks okay. We want to get our Bard, but we are drawing a good amount of cards. Alright, still didn't get him. Little sad. Let's go ahead and drop this right here to try to get some draw going.
Argon's history is in each stone and star.
All right, perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. So we have a ton of chimes. Let's go ahead and drop Mr. Thrift. And this got a ton of power. So yeah, we'll drop this here, draw a card, and try to get our Mr. Thrift to just give us a ton of stats.
I know these paths well.
All right, Bellringer. They do have a lot of units. Let's sure go ahead and draw this one. I think let's kill this messenger. And let's maybe go for a rummage. Neither of these two have been buffed up. So we'll discard both of them, draw some more. We're trying to get the most benefit out of our Mr. Thrift as we can. Oh, perfect. How many times do we get this go off? Twice. All right. Still pretty good. We have over 100 chimes. And they have 83 puff caps. Not terrible. Yeah, we can go ahead and drop our Caitlyn.
I aim to win, and my aim is excellent.
She leveled from all the puff caps.
Poised to strike.
I can drop this guy right here. Technically should have dropped that one first, but it's fine. This one's not really going to do too much. He'll be better as a blocker. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack like this. All right, we're probably just going to drop a Zolani and try to use her to end once we have enough. Or puff caps. Another rummage. Sure, that can be okay. The first time you slay an ally and the first time you slay an enemy, summon an encroaching mist. Allies with a base cost of 6 or less cost 1 less. That would be good for our Zolani. And that's pretty much it. Copy the first fleeting unit or spell you play. We don't really do that. We are going to occasionally kill enemies, so we would get some encroaching mist. I don't think it's enough to be worth it, though. Allies of Daybreak, when you activate another Daybreak, grant me 1/1. Sure, a little bit more scaling. This will help our Bard level up even faster. Let's go over the shop, see if we can get another solid power. Parallel Convergence, though, is awesome. Regen. Chimes. When I'm summoned, plant a chime on the top of your deck, then double the boons in your deck. So this is a little silly because it's a summon effect, and we get Shadow Totem, meaning it's going to go off twice. So let's go ahead and grab this. We could get the Shared Mana Flow. I think we'll get the Gatekeeper just because that sounds hilarious. Now, this is going to be better to do, but let's... yeah, grab this right here, because if this goes off twice, that could be insane. And Double Agent, it can be fine. I think let's just grab the regen and keep going on. Let's go for Dawn Speakers. All right, that's a lot of Bard. I'm fine for it. One of them will potentially get hit with some chimes. That can be good. Then it's always nice to have some backups. All right, looks like no chimes, but we'll drop a Bard here. So this one won't really do much at the moment, but we could drop our bird. And sure, by doing a exact copy, we should be able to get another bard with the... and we're leveled already. Perfect. But the other bard should have Deathless. Yes, so when he dies... oh, right, he can't die yet because of the Death Foil. But then we get another bard. Do we want to go for a Caitlyn? Sure.
Me? Not by a long shot.
And let's drop this guy right here.
Strength in grace, beauty in pain.
All right, let's...
Scoping the area.
Yeah, go ahead and attack with these. I think we'll keep this guy back, but this should be a solid amount of damage. Granted, yeah, most of these will get blocked out. Let's drop this one just so it can be the first card to trigger our Daybreak effect. We'll try to go for a Bard's Call to see how we can buff up any of our units so they survive. There we go, perfect. And we can go ahead and kill both of these. We actually have too many units. It's like I'd want to drop this guy, but we don't actually have room. Sure, let's go for a free attack for fun. And this should just be GG. Bard can get pretty crazy at the end of the adventure. Yeah, going for Rummage could be okay. First time you trap Saboon, activate, give your allies 1/1 an impact. 6 costs are pretty difficult to play. We already have a couple of them. I think we'll just go for the Rummage. All right, what do we want to cut here? Honestly, this one is often useless, unfortunately. Like, the cool card in concept, but normally it's not doing enough. So I think let's get rid of that, and let's go for Galio. Well, pretty much all of our OP spells. Sure, I'm fine with that. Nice. We do have a lot of copies of Bard, so you have pretty good chances we can get him. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and drop Bard. Good to get him on the board right away. They're probably going to immediately attack, though, which is going to hurt. But luckily, we did hit a 9/9, so I guess I don't want to mess with that. I think let's actually go for a Bursting Backpack, see if we can get lucky. Because if we can play this a couple times, every time we're getting extra 2/2 for Bard, which is massively scaling up our level up. There you go. Alright, that is pretty fantastic. Do we want to try to play this? Wouldn't be bad to hold on to some of these, but extra draw can give us some more chimes. We could use this right here. We would get another Bard, but he would just die. I think we'll hold off and maybe play this next round. Now, they might open up with a Ground Slam, which could be pretty rough. I think we will try to risk it. But yeah, we might just get... Yep, there it is. Immediately stunned.
Sometimes the plan hits back.
Alright, not too surprised. Let's go for a Rummage here. Alright, not too bad. I don't really want to go for another one. Let's play some of these Parallel Convergences. It's not going to be the best since our Bard is going to keep being stunned. But we're going to keep getting another Bard on the board that can just keep attacking. Alright, GG. Awesome. Alright, that was interesting. Didn't really turn out the best. Like, it was fine, especially at the end. Bard can be pretty crazy near the end of the adventure, but especially to start off, wasn't overly consistent. Since we had way less copies of Bard, our like normal chime generation was way lower. If you take a look at Bard, he does have his little like passive here, that round start. If you have 3 more mana gems, plant a chime in your deck for each Bard that started the game in your deck. So the more Bards you have, just the more chimes you passively get, which is really nice, which is one reason why Echoing is so good. You get a whole bunch of more Bards in your deck, so it just gives you way more chimes. Then also you're pretty much guaranteed to have a Bard at game start because you have way more copies of him. Then you can also play a bunch of his champion spell. Here we're trying to really rely on getting him on the board and then being able to attack a bunch. But since we didn't have all the extra copies, some of those games we just didn't draw Bard like almost at all, which was pretty rough. And while this is a fun build, it is definitely a bit slower than some of the other ones. So even going for like a rare relic build with like Corrupted Star Fragment would probably end up being faster and better than some of this triple epic builds, which is a little bit sad. Overall though, still fun to play Bard. Really looking forward to whenever he gets upgraded to a 6-star. Should be great. If you enjoyed the video though, like and subscribe, always appreciated, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.